hopefully you forgive me and I pronounced it properly. Oga, welcome.
What's good? Can you see me?
Yes, I can see and hear you. How far?
I can't see me. That's fine. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How are you?
I'm maintaining. So basically, we're going to just go for it. And we're telling people today is literally about you and how you're keeping creative and motivated. But first, please tell us your name, what you get up to.
My name is Justin. Yeah, I'm an actor and presenter. And yes, this quarantine life has been really interesting, but eye-opening, if I'm honest. So I've kind of been impressed.
You're cutting out a little bit, but everyone bear with us, because as you and the millions of people online know, that everyone is online at the same time. And what you're getting, give thanks for. There's us, there's you, and there's Justin, who has just been kicked out by the internet. This is our life now. This is our life. So Justin's going to come back and let us know how you're doing. And welcome. Tell us about, repeat your name, because it's probably going to be internet's 5G stuttering. Go.
Okay, my name is Justin CHINYERE. I'm an actor and overall creative being, I suppose.
And so what's it called? We're going to get to this, but before we get to the jokes, tell us about your acting credits, your projects, your passion projects, and who you're looking to connect with, or maybe you're not. You're liking the social distancing amplified.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I've been I kind of took a bit of a hiatus from acting and everything creative for a good couple of years when I was a bit ill. But before that, I was doing a lot of theatre, doing TV work in there. I did for about 2.5 years. I was a presenter on TV. That was always fun. Always my favourite job. But yeah, connecting through here. I mean, to be honest, I think it's this whole kind of how do you say, quarantine time, because us having a lot more time to think about things to do and things that want to bring. But actually, it's been really quite such a nice vibe. A good vibe, some may say. And of just people just connecting over the internet, over vibes, like people having all these conversations, realizing that realizing with a lot of people that we all have similar feelings about things that we put out, our work we put out, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas before, you kind of see, you see things almost with glaze, social media. So it's almost, it feels almost like there's a little bit of managed to kind of look under the hood a little bit, or being allowed to, because everybody's being a bit more forthright in giving up their talents online and showing their faces a bit online and stuff. So it's been quite embracing. Nice.
So you've been embracing it. Just to go back really quickly, what are the kind of just to give some people some insights? I'll give my brief credits because we've got a long working history. So professional background used to be ex-broadcast media producer for different channels and freelancing, mainly BBC, some Channel 4, loads of indie companies, Jamie Oliver's group, and indie projects. But now, running a separate business with a family and news production, all kinds of things, but running just a passion project is good vibes, is this. Because what we didn't get in the mainstream, those kind of, what you're really good at, I found, via Dion Reed doing one thing, and then you doing your game show, which we're going to get to on this, and I had never used Instagram Live before, and I hated it. And then that's the only reason I tuned in was for Dion Reed's, you guys, and yours, and your game show, which I really need to tell people about and plug hard, because that is creative. That is some F-free. Only Justin can. I've never laughed so hard at both the programs and you. and then that kind of stuff. So please, first of all, give people, for those that don't know who are watching, hello everyone joining, Instagram here, YouTube here, you can hear Justin's voice off screen, your credits, and then your game show.
Okay, credits. Well, so I used to be a presenter on a network called Current TV, which is Al Gore.
Fantastic.
I used to be, and I was with my comedy partner at the time, who used to present with me, who is my long-time good friend as well. My background's mostly in comedy and acting, so I used to do a lot of stand-up before. Then kind of fell out of love of stand-up, to be honest, a little bit. Actually, do you know what? Everything's just gone. I don't know, what have I done?
It will come as we chat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, most recently I did was a film called No Shade, which was incredible, an incredible experience, which was delving into colours. So that was really interesting. Oh gosh, it's thrown me.
It will come. This is for those who know Justin, and I've only known him via Insta for the last few weeks, by the way. In this kind of fresh limbo, modern limbo of quarantine, self-isolation stuff. And this is the first time I've heard you stuck for words, because usually that's your contestants.
I tell you what's interesting. I think that the question of like credits and stuff, I'm always quite like, and not like, I don't have to explain it. I think what it is that I don't know how to explain it. I think it's something like where it's like you formalize like things that you've done. You know what I mean? Like you put it in a row and you kind of go, oh yeah, that, yeah, and the other. And right now, I'm just like, I think I'm just in a bit of a different space. Like, okay, that's definitely a part of me, and that's wicked. But I've just got so much other things as well that I want to do. It's like, chill. Like, and I think I've always kind of been a bit weary of doing so many like creative outlets and stuff. And I think you just asked me, I'm like, actually, no, I should just embrace it. I should just say, yeah, that's what I did. I did that. There's always a little part of you that's just a bit like,
yes.
a bit of a like, yeah. So I think it's just the how do you say? It's kind of like I'm lost for words. I hope that you can just understand.
The thing is, I am a very understanding person, but I'm trying to understand, and whether it's coming from an industry perspective of saying some credits but not wanting to leave out diplomatically any projects because of sensitivity of on-screen and off-screen talent, or whether you were like exactly that, which is understandable. You're in a totally different space at this moment, considering how multifaceted you are, which I love. You said actor, former host, comedian, director, but my thing I loved on your bio, it said dream maker, which okay, from that perspective, why are you a dream maker? Because I like that title.
I think because I'm a big believer in like thoughts become things, and I've always been someone who's kind of been a bit dreamy anyway about everything, not only just career and stuff, but when I started to direct, I realized that essentially I could kind of fulfill my dreams through pasting together things that I wanted to join up to make. But one of my the things that I really wish I was good at would be to draw. Right, I really wish I could draw, but actually I draw with pictures of scenes and stuff like that put together and create. So once I realized, wow, actually just like you're fairly good at it and whatever, like it just started making me, oh my gosh, I'm just making dreams. That's exactly what I was doing. Like all these things I thought of, and I'm always quite obsessed with the idea of having an idea, putting pen to paper, and actually going through the process of finishing it, and then going, wow, that's it, you made a dream. Because this started off as absolutely nothing. here you are, and it becomes something. So I think that's where where my inspiration came from writing that in BIOG. But yeah, it's just the idea, like, I mean, because everybody's a dream maker, really. You know, everyone can make their dream come true. It's just, but I'm quite fascinated by the process of where it began from to where it ended up at. You know,
the thing is about it is I really am trying to. I urge those that haven't to check out Justin's show, because it's just so. Think of its own premise, and Justin is seemingly nice. But there's a thing that us Afs Nigerians specifically say, there's wahala. There's good wahala, but mainly it's bad wahala. This man is ruthless, has no mercy on his show. And it was so wrong, but I cackled so hard, because even if it's your mates, just lock them off. Wrong, bye, goodbye, you're too wrong. And you're like, oh, I must win this. No, and even I was out. So tell us about the show, and please plug it, because it's a brilliant distraction.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you, first thing I'll start with the Just Equals game show is very much inspired by Dion Reed, who was doing a fantastic game show.
Shout out.
Yeah, man, she was amazing. And just her process, and like, even when we've had talks and stuff like that, I'm just like, wow, like, she's so right. She's very wise, that young lady, very wise. And I've known her for many years, so it was quite nice to have this conversation. And then I was talking to a couple of my other mates about it as well. So I was like, you know what else we doing this time? You know, I like to bring joy. I like to mess around with people. I know, or I hope that people don't take too much offense. And it's very much in my kind of cheeky nature, if you like. So I just thought, yeah, the idea of like doing a game show, Just Equals game show, name came to me. I thought, yeah, this is cool. And then so I just decided to do it. It's on Saturdays at 8:30 on Insta Live. My Instagram is JCXTheBuild. I am the host. I been trying to create new and innovative great games, and maybe games that aren't so new but a bit of a remix. So just try and keep people entertained, really. And it's really nice. It's really nice when you get to interact with people on it as well. And you know what? I wish people could almost see my process, because there's like 1,000 things going on.
Yes.
Like I've got all these, the TV screen, my computer screen, my phone, and all this stuff, and then trying to look at messages and respond in time, and still trying to maintain it, and then do something silly or stupid and make yourself look stupid, feel like it's okay. You know? So it's nice. It is quite nice. So it's been quite cool. And obviously, like even like with Mo's game show as well, which is like incredible. He's like a completely, he's such an interesting person to watch. He's got such a very dry humor about certain things that it makes you just laugh just watching him in a space.
Could you repeat? Could you repeat who you just mentioned? Which talent are you talking about?
Mo the comedian, who also has a game show. You know, like obviously he's doing really, really well, and like someone like him, it's just great to watch him in a space, because he's just so strong, and he gives this element of sometimes of like, yeah, I'm just here, like, you know, I'm just an average person just here, and it's quite like endearing. So it's just nice to watch people doing this and be inspired by them as well. And that's nice.
I wanted to talk about that as well, because you come from a kind of multifaceted, and you've worn different creative hats. And my background, because to jump off from what you said about having to juggle the different things, whether it's budgeted with a production company in a studio, to what we're doing within the social distancing or the lockdown and this period. No, I can't emphasize, those that are watching, some knows, anyone in entry level that doesn't know, irrespective, this might look like we've just jumped online, from this, even to booking a remote studio across the nation with a BBC studio to get a guest who's in Scotland, or to being in central London to the main studios where you see a lot of the stuff on all the channels, something always goes wrong. No matter how much is invested in the infrastructure, we've got plan A, B, and C. You know, people don't believe that there's power cuts. There's been power cuts in London, trust me.
Yeah.
It's not just NEPA that takes life. So what I'm loving is that no matter that, we go on Instagram and Jared Leto, Michael Dapper got ejected from Instagram as well. So what I love is that everyone is making it happen and coming together in that way, irrespective of the tools. So we come back to what you were saying, game shows, amazing thing for you to have hosted and balanced that. But even with this, when I see you, I'm watching you and I know the levels because your games are intricate. It's not even that straightforward. And why you're trying to read messages, I beg. I'm here, I only do waves as a welcome, but I need to focus because it's overstimulating. So I just wanted to say how it's great that you're sharing. And is that part of your creativity or more the motivation?
Sorry, is that part?
Has it, your game show, has it been more about creativity and keeping your creative nuances and tools going, or is it more about motivation or both?
I think it's definitely to be creative, as well as I think I kind of noticed that in this space that it was just something great time filler for me, as well as something just to kind of, I don't want to say give back, because that sounds bit that's not what I was doing at all, but
you're such a giver, Justin. Such a giver.
No, but anyway, it's more to kind of like, I think I realized in different places in my life, like people talking about, oh my gosh, this lockdown, this, that, and the other, and whatever, and I'm just like, it'd be nice for somewhere where we can just chat rubbish for a couple hours and be cool with that, and it's okay, and people can get involved, and how can I do that? So definitely started off with the creative process, because I always, I think I was talking the other day randomly to myself, just about the whole idea of procrastination. A lot of the time you can start some great ideas, don't follow through or finish. And this was one of the ideas where I was like, I have no reason to just do it. I'm getting all this support and encouragement from my friends and people that I really respect and value highly. So why not? I mean, it's not like it's like a big door, it's just trying to pick yourself up and whatever. And then so definitely it came from a creative standpoint, and definitely then I think when people started being involved and seemingly like that, I suppose, then it was like quite a thing. I was like, oh, I got to just keep doing this then, do I? So, but I think that's just kind of how my creative process kind of works. And that's it. I just got to kind of remember. It's like you kind of I feel like a bit of a sleeping giant at times with my creative stack. And like you kind of keep forgetting that you have these skills in the box, basically, that in the sack, and that you can use. You should be able to use it any time. We use it in everyday life. Like, some people kind of remind me that it's not easy to just go into a room where there are people there and just have a conversation, without your either own insecurities or self-consciousness. The idea of, I don't want anyone to think I'm stupid or whatever. So when you have the skills to just talk to people, communicate, it's you have to realize it's just a skill and not just something that happens. So I'm trying to remind myself about that, basically.
When you talked about procrastination, I mean, you and myself, the correlation between our platforms, Good Vibes is literally my positive spirit and trying to connect that and be a total counterbalance, because I think all you see, even pre-social media, is just beef, beef, beef. Wahala, competition, which I understand to an extent, it ups people's games, but it's gone to a kind of toxicity where it's like people, it does breed that kind of procrastination because, especially if it's an individual output, if it's a collaborative process, separate to perfectionism and wanting it just right, it can be detrimental. So please listen to what any entrants or creatives, and it's just not about creatives in the arts, broadcast and off-screen crafts and stuff like that. It's creativity in anything. One of my friends, Niels, talked about he's creative, he's a songwriter, but he works for a massive corporate and he puts creativity into his PowerPoints. Just chuck something in there just to feel alive for that morning. But I think it's very essential, and that this is what it's about, and this is why I wanted you on. But keep motivated, and I don't really follow trends and stuff. And we welcome anyone watching and anyone watching the replays. Please comment in how you're keeping creative in whatever sphere and way. Even if it's body rocking. My toddler and my husband went for a walk, came back, bus moves. And I love that she reacts. Missy Elliott's got a cool down challenge. I can't do moves. I have to do freestyle. I'm not wired. I can do it, but she reacts. And I was like, yes. So simple things like that, share, because I think it's needed with what is being pushed to the front of our lens and sight at the moment. It's just, nah. Keep fighting, people. Justin's talking about being a sleeping giant. Be a procrastinator, but listen to your friends, but listen to your good friends that got your back. Not the crabs in the barrel that achieve your ideas.
Not the crabs in the barrel. No, not at all. Not at all. Just a good one.
Enemies of progress. We rebuke you.
Exactly.
Thunder fire you. Thunder fire you. So what's it called? What are you looking for in the future then, in terms of anything? You don't have to give anything private or confidential that you're working on, but would you take the game show further if anyone was looking?
I mean, yeah, of course. Why not? I mean, it's the short answer, really.
Cool.
I've always written ideas for game shows. Like, I'd love to have like a game show that just out there entertaining people. I was a bit of a joke about that. But so I don't know, who knows? We'll try and make it happen, I suppose.
Yes.
But, it's a nice way to kind of keep the juices flowing, and I don't think people realise how much it kind of helped me to have to make something from beginning to end. And if it goes wrong, goes wrong. So that's all cool. But like it does do something to me. And it does kind of spur me to go, right, well, I've done this, I did this, so yeah.
Okay, bring it on, people. Now, what's it called? Literally as an excuse to get you on here, plug the show, because I need to give a shout out to the positive content and constructive stuff that's out there. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? Because what's it called? We can keep this short because I've got loads of different infrequently asked questions which Justin doesn't know about, and he can say no comment to, and we can lock this off now. Or it's a free platform. Any positive encouragement or thoughts or lyrics or stuff that's out there that you're watching, something that might not be in the mainstream that people should check out to keep them motivated in now and ongoing, because I was social distancing before, we are doing it now, and we will be continuing it till I'm a bus pass bandit and senior citizen.
Of course. Of course, definitely.
So any content you recommend?
Things I've been watching. I've been just watching like loads of just Netflix type ones, really. Quite the common ones at the moment. I'm just trying to think. Is there? Oh, do you know what? Nothing that I can really that makes me think. Oh, that's a good thing to talk about. More because I think.
It's
because
go on.
Like, it's just I mean, it'll be loads of shows that people watch and stuff like Money Heist, Gangs of London and stuff. But I really quite like a lot of how the story arcs build together and stuff. So that just kind of what you say.
Yeah, I pretty much. What is amazing is that a lot of, you know how busy it is. Everyone's busy in whatever field they're in. But in particular, because my Bible used to be Screen International. All the box office at the back, because it used to be part of my job, entering festivals for the programs and stuff. Now to see things like Hollywood Reporter and the roundtables and, British Blacklist and stuff, and there's Brothers with No Games. I love the.
Yeah, I do watch that, for example.
Yeah, I love the.
Yeah, I do watch that.
They're amazing. The collaborative process, because people they only see the glamour, and they might not be interested. And don't let this fool you. I like the background. I like the mechanics and bringing people together. When I used to be casting, and it was great because. You're talking about the format for a game show. It's so intricate. I mean, first of all, make it compelling, make it sustained interest, and people are competitive. I see people like, they're just watchy, lurky, and then all of a sudden, like, yeah, I can do that, and they jump in, and it's like, there's no spotlights, but you're suddenly there, and it's like, bam, the quickness. So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I do have people like who've messaged me, I'm going to come on one day. You watch? Get you? All right, cool. And I just encourage them. Yeah, come. And like, there are people that have been watching from the beginning. There's then gone on like the last show. Yeah. And you get other people who just keep trying. Yeah. And then you get the type of people who just love to watch the chaos. So yeah, it's like three different types of people.
and then there's.
And I love it.
It's brilliant, because what's good about yours as well is that you make room for people like me. When you give people a chance, you are ruthless, then you're brutal in the lock-off, then you give them a chance if the audience asks it. But you also give room for people like me who want to help, because you want to see the underdog win.
Yeah. But do you know what? I feel, or I hope, I'm kind of a person who kind of gives what they get. Like, I feel like I'm quite a good judge of people when they come. So you kind of know where they're coming from a little bit. So therefore, I think that's the entertainment comes to me a little bit. Well,
yes.
Just knowing that, they come in quite confident. I'm like, all right, cool. This is just spur me on to get out like this. But then there's other people that are just like, oh man, I felt so bad. Oh well.
You tried. Bye.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
This is good. Okay, so if we're going to be talking about, I want to talk about we're putting ourselves on the spot, and I'm saying it as I'm thinking it, because to be honest, I know a lot about scripted drama, and I live on YouTube, and I love writers. It's outrageous writers don't get more credit actually on screen, but that's what you're there for. And that's why sometimes you have to take ownership, because I want a good vibe for someone else to do it with me, and I produce it. But because of time constraints, availability, location, it's just easier to just do it like this. But what I love is people getting to know and see all the different aspects and the talent. I thought this would be a PR and agent's nightmare for talent to have more access for free, but people want to share.
It's interesting you said that. Like, literally before I came on live, like recently I've been actually appreciating live a lot and watching a lot of it as well. Other people's conversations, from the randomness to the quite intricate stuff. And then I'm kind of happy now that I'm starting to see where actors, for example, are using this as more of a platform to do their pieces, because there is quite a thing within the acting community sometimes you know, like there's a proper way to do certain things. And obviously, if there wasn't a lockdown, it wouldn't be an essentially like a proper way to have like, do something. But now I feel like people are willing to show off their talents because they're just like, yes, I'm here and I've got this time. You know, I'm gonna pick up a couple of names. Like I just saw, for example, Adea Henry, she was doing a poem, which was like a monologue, and I was just like, this is dope. You know, then I saw Sophie Miller as well, who actually came in this chat as well, and I was listening to the script that she was reading. I was just like, it's so moving, and I was like, man, this is so incredible because I love the fact that we have an access like this. And I'm like, why did we ever use this before? You know, like,
yes.
But my battery's not. But yeah, why didn't we ever use this before? Like that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really loving the access that people are using.
While Justin is going into the Wi-Fi, back into the Wi-Fi world, please share this video with your contacts and what's it called? We're talking about how you're keeping creative and motivated during this period. And